pure food has one ingredient. And that's what I want to help you with, is eating more pure food. So if you're having to look at labels, that means you're eating dead, processed, packaged food. Dead, processed, packaged food does not nourish your body. Do I eat all whole, real food? No. Do I eat some packaged food? Yes. So that's why I wanted to spend the next couple minutes sharing with you how I eat and what I look at when I look at labels. So hello. All right, today we're continuing our discussion on pure food. And today I'm going to take a few minutes and talk about reading labels. So, first of all, if you've listened to anything that I've said, or if you know me at all, whether you're a client of mine or whether you've been following me, you probably know that if you're having to read a label, then that's your first problem. Reading labels should not be a part of the equation. Because real food, and that's what we're talking about this whole week, right? We're talking about pure food. Pure food has one ingredient. And that's what I want to help you with, is eating more pure food. So if you're having to look at labels, that means you're eating dead, processed, packaged food. Dead, processed, packaged food does not nourish your body. Do I eat all whole, real food? No. Do I eat some packaged food? Yes. So that's why I wanted to spend the next couple minutes sharing with you how I eat and what I look at when I look at labels. So most of what I eat is real, pure food with one ingredient. So it's some asparagus, it's some eggs and some spinach and some coconut oil and some turmeric and some garlic powder. And maybe, it's some macadamia nuts and an avocado, and then I might have some tuna and some cabbage and some carrots. So those are all real whole ingredients. So I'm paying a lot of attention to the healthy oils. So when you're looking at ingredients, if you're looking at packaged food, especially if you're eating out, there's no way that you can stay away from commercially raised meat. Because when you're eating out at a restaurant, unless you're eating at some place like, there's different restaurants that actually have like sustainably raised, humanely raised. I know Chipotle has a lot of really good protein sources that are, I don't know if they're grass-fed, but anyway, eating out, you're probably not going to get, very high quality food. You're probably going to be eating industrialized meat. But even more important than that would be the oils that you're eating. So one of the worst things you can put in your body, so if you hear anything that I say, if you listen to any of these lessons over the next 90 days, this one thing that I'm going to say in the next couple of minutes will be worth its gold in your time spent. So one of the worst, most dangerous things you can put in your body is commercial oils. Processed oils like canola oil, all of the seed oils, the omega-6 oils like sunflower oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, corn oil. Those oils wreak havoc on your cellular membranes. So you know that your cells are what make up your body. We have over 50 to 100 trillion cells in our body. Each cell in your body has a lipid bilayer. A lipid bilayer means 2 layers of fats. And when you eat canola oil, hydrogenated oils, unstable, rancid vegetable oils, like the ones that I just mentioned, those take up the cellular membrane. They're fat soluble, so they go to the fat membrane, and they create a really sick, diseased, inflamed, dehydrated, hormone receptor blunted cell. So you got to get those oils out. So if you think you're eating a healthy food, let's say you're sitting down for dinner and you have a nice big steak and you're like, well, that's healthy, a steak, but it's not grass-fed beef. So you're getting GMO from the corn that they fed that cow. You're getting growth hormone, antibiotics that are in the meat of that cow. You're getting unhealthy fats that cow ate. I said GMOs from the corn. So you're eating this steak that you think is pretty healthy, and then maybe you're eating a salad with some store-bought dressing. And if you look at the ingredients on the dressing, it's probably canola oil. One of the worst oils you could put in your body. So here you are thinking that you're eating healthy. Most Americans think that eating a steak and a salad is healthy, but they don't realize the quality of their food. So you need to read labels. The only healthy fats that you should be eating are olive oil, cold pressed, avocado oil, coconut oil. Look at mayonnaise. One of the first ingredients in mayonnaise is canola oil. So if you're eating foods that you think are healthy and they say organic or vegetarian or vegan, take a look at the labels. Do they have those unhealthy oils in them? If they do, don't eat it. Anything that you eat that has more than a few ingredients, don't eat it. If you have to check the label, stop eating foods that are in boxes and packages that have labels in them. So that's what I look at. When I look at a label, if I am going to buy something packaged, the other thing that I pay a lot of attention to are the amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. So I might look at the fats. I don't care about how many fats. I just care about the quality of the fats, and that's what I'm going to find by looking at the ingredients. But the main thing I look at are the number of carbs. I personally, unless I'm on a high carb day, which I do at least once a week, I'm not going to put more than 5 grams of carbs or sugar in my body per meal. That's too high in carbs. That's going to release insulin. That's going to create aging, inflammation. The foundation of all disease, right, is insulin resistance. So when I look at a label, I look at total carbs per serving. And when you look at total carbs per serving, you also have to look, let's say the total carbs per serving is 8, but there's 5 grams of fiber. That means there's only 3 net carbs per serving. That's a pretty healthy food. Making sure that you're looking at the ingredient list and making sure that it doesn't have those unhealthy oils, the other things that I steer clear of, because any and all corn, soy is going to be GMO. So I don't eat corn in processed food. I don't eat soy. If I'm going to have corn, it's very infrequently, and it's going to be organic corn to make sure that it's not GMO. But corn is not the healthiest food. So I look for corn. I stay away from wheat. It's gluten. Most people have a problem with gluten. I stay away from soy for the most part, unless it's like organic, fermented soy like tempeh. So I'm looking for high quality real food ingredients in these packaged foods that I would eat on a regular basis anyway, like avocados, like coconut oil, like almond flour, like garbanzo bean flour. So again, the main things that I stay away from are hydrogenated, processed commercial oils like soybean oil, canola oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil. I look at total carbs, and I make sure that per serving it's not more than about 5 grams, unless it's my high carb day and I'm splurging, or maybe I'm having yams and some brown rice and some papaya and some tropical fruit, and I don't care about the number of carbs. So that's the main lesson here is you shouldn't have to read labels. But if you're purchasing healthy foods like Sprouts, like I just recently purchased a vegan-based coffee creamer, and it was made out of coconut oil, almond milk, I think there was like locust bean, gum, but there was no unhealthy oils, no sugar. So that's like a packaged processed food that I might buy. But am I going to be using or buying like regular creamer? Look at regular coffee creamer. It's got hydrogenated oil, high fructose corn syrup. Those are the reasons why 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese. Those are the reasons why we have an epidemic of diabetes, we have an epidemic of chronic illness and disease. It's because of our lifestyle and how we're eating. And most of that can be prevented by looking at what you're eating whole, real, live food. That's just one ingredient, not 5, 10, 15, 20 different ingredients. So if you're looking at ingredients on your label and you can't pronounce it, you don't know what it is, don't eat it. So that's my lesson for today. We're covering pure food this week. Today was all about what to look at when you're looking at labels. If you came on late, rewind. I covered some really important information. I covered in this video the one thing that creates more illness and disease that we put in our mouth, and the one thing that you want to stay away from. I covered that in this video. So this is Dr. CJ Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness, loving you, supporting you, encouraging you, motivating you to live your purest life in mind, body, and spirit. I'll be back at you tomorrow, and we'll be talking about fermented foods, why they're important, prebiotics, probiotics, and then the day after that we're going to be talking about digestion. And that'll finalize our first week, my first core concept of pure food. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing rest of your holiday weekend. Happy Sunday, happy Spirit Day. Signing off, Dr. CJ Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness. Have an amazing rest of your day.